Hi everyone, this is Sharon. Today I'm happy to bring to you a flip through of my latest design team project for Lydia at Raindrop Lila. For this journal, I primarily used her Parisian collection, and I also used some images from her French antique collection. And I thought the timing of her release of the Parisian collection was really good because it's very soft and romantic and a lot of pink, and I just thought that really went well with upcoming Valentine's Day. So on the outside of the journal, I used this dotted sari silk ribbon for the tie, and then I just added this glass teardrop bead as an embellishment. The cover is one I got from Jacqueline at Souvenir de la France, and I just love this beautiful cover, and I think it goes really well with the pinks and reds and soft romantic feel on the inside. I embellished it with this piece of lace, and this is what the back looks like. Pretty. And then I added this oval on the front cover, was perfect sizing for this little frame that I added, and then I just added this image from one of her kits to the inside of that. I like that way that turned out. I just gilded this a little bit with some gold ink. And then as we head on inside, I used this kind of, I don't know if it's a wallpaper pattern. It's from one of her kits, and I don't remember which one this came from actually. I'll have to look that up. And then I lined the spine with this linen fabric, kind of a striped fabric. So on this first page, I created a pocket with this image and stitched that on, added a little embellishment on there, and then on the top I've got this soft pink ribbon going across the top with this button image. And then behind there, that tuck, I've got this journal card. And this is backed on some handmade paper. I have to remember to show you the beautiful pages behind these things that I've got clipped on. This page is one of the original pages from this book from Jacqueline, and it's a nice 1800s book. And then I've got this original French cabinet card, and then I've also clipped on this page from a French embroidery book. Here, I love this beautiful image of the rose in the vase. And then on this side, I left some writing room on that book page and just stamped on the top. And then I clipped on this journaling card and added some stenciling to the back. Here I created these fabric pockets, added and layered in a couple layers of lace, and just did some slow stitching across the whole top. And in that pocket, I've got this tag that I made. And this is some embossed paper on the back side. Really lots of beautiful, soft romantic images of women in her kit. And then I'll just jump over to this side. I did the same thing. I've got another pocket with some lace on it. This is a linen, like an eco-dyed linen. And then this is that tag. And then in the center, I took this vintage envelope. It's a French one. And I just slid it open to create some pages, lined it with some paper, and did some stenciling on there. And then took another second envelope in this beautiful French blue color, just to create some writing spots. And then I left the original letter in this envelope. And I just embellished this little flap with the wax seal. Here I created a top tuck with these doily or dresser scarves. It's a double one, and then in there I tucked this little booklet I lined it with some book page and then took a vintage check, actually 2 layers of it, and just glued those together so it creates a little pocket here in the front. And then there's some writing room in the middle, and then another pocket on this side. And then I just added some sari ribbon on there. Another page from this book. And then here on this side, I created this journaling card. And then here I took a book page and embellished it and created this little shallow pocket on there. And then in there I've got this little piece that I tied up with string, and there's just some writing room on the inside. That's the front and that's the back. I just added this little tab on there to string the ribbon through. I embellished this page with a paper doily, and then here's another solid doily that I just used as kind of my little side tuck on there. I stitched that along the edge here to adhere it to this ledger sheet. And in there I just have this beautiful image that I waxed. Here I created a vellum belly band, and then I just added this old book page onto that, but there's still some room to write along this side. And then I've got this little piece that I put a brass brad on, these beautiful images, and then some writing room on the back. I've got this avocado dyed paper. This might be one of my favorite images, I think, from that Parisian kit. Just beautiful colors in there. On this side of the page, I've got this image that I used as a side tuck. And then this background page is one of her journal pages with a, I think it's a map of Paris on there. So in there, I tucked this antique French letter from, let's see if we can find a date. It's probably on the inside. 1865. Here I used for the page this old New Zealand newspaper. I recently got a journal from Kate at Pixie K Designs, and she had it wrapped in this old newspaper. It's from 1876, and you just have to feel it. Like our old hometown newspapers, the old 1800s ones, they just crumble, but this feels just like rag paper. And so I had to save that and use it as the page. And I just created this flip out on the inside on this side. I did some stenciling on there. And then in that fold, I added this little sampler card. So I just took one of Lydia's images for the flap, an invoice image, and then this is part of the Parisian kit. And then this also is on this side. And then I just added some papers and lace and vintage fabric. And then I added this embossed piece of handmade paper in there. Beautiful image from the kit. And then on the inside of the signature, I added these tabs at the top and just a little bit of string on there. And then in each of those, I have a journaling card. I used an old French piece of music paper. Added a little bit of ticking on there. And then I just added a place to journal on the back side. And then here's the other one on this side. And then here is, I love this beautiful image from her kit. The other side of that newspaper, and I've also got a flip on this side and did similar stenciling on there. And then I've got another sampler, little sample sheet here with some old French fabric and another embossed paper. And this time I use these little pink roses on the back. Here, this is one of her journal pages. I printed this little section on the bottom. The original page had that on there, and I just recreated that as a corner tuck. And then in there, I've got, this is a postcard image that I just backed onto another postcard that I had that I didn't necessarily care for the front, but I liked the back. And then this image is backed with a library card, catalog card. Here's the other side of that ledger paper, and I just got a flip on this side. I lined this flap with some old wallpaper, and then this is an image from the kit. And then I created this pocket on the bottom, and then in there I've just got a couple of antique ephemera items, this old card, some beautiful handwriting on the back in French from 1926, and then this coupon piece. Here on this side, I've got a flap again, using that doily as a side tuck, and then in there I've got this old French postcard and another one of those French embroidery book images with this beautiful illustration on it. Here on this page, I created a pocket with this beautiful image of this lady. I love her. She looks very confident. And then in there, I've got this little tag. It just kind of opens up on the back for a little bit of writing space. On this page, this is what the page looks like, and then she's got a few of these little cameo images in her. I think this was from, yeah, I think it was Parisian, either that or the French Antique Collection. And what I did was I just cut it out and backed it with a piece of fabric and then stitched those together. And then I've got this, I just added this embossed piece of paper on the bottom. Here for the page, I use this antique invoice from 1911. One of the original book pages. And it was a book on Marie Antoinette, which I thought was fitting for a nice French style journal. Here in the corner, I use this fabric doily with a little bit of embroidery on it for the top tuck. And then in there, I've got this piece, which I did a little stenciling on the back. Here I created this belly band, just added a little blingy piece in the middle there. And then behind there, I tucked this postcard and this book page image. It's kind of like an etching. This is what the beautiful page looks like. On this page, I just embellished it with a yo-yo and added a button to it. And here I've got a little tab in the corner. On this page, I created this fabric flip, but I pinned it down with this hat pin. And I warned you, you're going to be seeing these in my journals because I bought a bunch of them. I just love the way they look. And then I lined the top with this pink piece of lace. Now you can use this for some secret writing, for a tuck spot. You can actually pull this pin out and remove it if you wanted to flip the whole thing up. In there for now, I just tucked this beautiful image and then this piece of old Italian book page from Rachel. Here on this page, I used one of Lydia's envelopes, coin envelope. And I just folded it down to create this cute little collar on there so that this lady could peek out. So I've got her and this journaling card in there. And then on this last page, I created this top tuck and then added some embossed handmade paper on there just to embellish that a bit more. And then in there, I've got a couple of pieces of old vintage wallpaper. And then I also have another one of these cameo images or framed images. I just add a little bit of velvet ribbon to the bottom to trim her up. And then on the back, I also lined it with this old French fabric. And that is my romantic Parisian journal. This journal is for sale in my Etsy shop today. So if you're interested, you can check it out. I appreciate you watching and coming along with me. And until next time, bye-bye.